Marc Chatin is partner of portfolio manager of Parus Finance. In your speech, you mentioned we are living a period where everything is changing. What do you mean?
So we are coming out of 40 years of a disinflationary environment led by globalization, decreasing interest rates, and 14 years of whatever it takes from central banks. We are now moving to a world where central banks find themselves limited in what they can do because we are in a new inflationary environment. We are in a world where there is deglobalization. There are wars, global tension, which forces a reorganization of the supply chains, and ESG. All these factors are fairly inflationary, fundamentally. And therefore, in parallel, because of that inflation, interest rates will change. And so in the past 10 years, you had a world where you were better off investing in long-only or private equity because values were always coming up. And as soon as was going down, the policymakers were trying to defend them. And because now we live in a world which is very different, we won't have that thing that world where values go up forever. And so it requires a new type of management where protection is more important. And that's an environment which is far more favorable for liquid alternatives, fundamentally.
Okay. And why is this period so important for alternative liquid?
So right now what we're going to have is a world where before there was less incentive to pay for this type of sophisticated management. Right now we're entering a period where this type of asset management will differentiate itself. And that's why I think that strategies which used to be very valuable in different periods will come back. And we've seen since 2021, we've seen more pension funds, more institutions through different countries reassessing their need for alternative investments. We've also seen that the lack of liquidity with the type of scandals that arrived last year, and that we will see more of that, can hide several issues, and therefore there is a value to liquidity that is coming back. And therefore it should be quite a good environment for liquid alternatives in general. And within that category, if you think about it, there is a whole concept of ESG, where if you look at strategies like macro or CTAs or several quant strategies, this concept of ESG is far more difficult to implement. Equity strategies are a better environment for that. And so you can combine this concept of liquid alternative with the concept of ESG. The other thing that I would say is when you look at equity strategies like ours, there is the similarities, and it's very close to a long-only world, except that you add more protection. And therefore, it's a very reassuring strategy. So, for example, people like us, we don't use any leverage, we don't use any financial engineering or complex financial instruments. So basically, what you see is what you get. You have a very clear transparency with the portfolio. It is very liquid, so you can get out any point in time. And therefore, it is very reassuring. And you know exactly where it fits within a complex portfolio construction. Whereas some more sophisticated strategies with more leverage, which can operate more as a black box, in a world where you don't really know where you are sitting and what will work and what won't work, are a bit more difficult to place within a portfolio because you're not sure exactly what's behind. So our strategies are very easy to integrate normally.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.